Hi, I'm Jamie Muir, one of the leaders of the Beacon Church, and I'm here just to tell you very briefly about the Watergate Centre appeal. The Watergate Centre appeal is raising money for the Watergate Centre, which is a large building at the bottom of Whitchurch High Street here in North Shropshire. Many of you who live in the area will know it. It's just opposite Boots at the bottom of the High Street, right there amongst those three pharmacies there, Boots, the Green End and Lloyd's Pharmacy. So it's an ideally positioned building on the level, easily accessible, and it's huge. 6,000 square metres on each of its two floors, very adaptable. And since we took possession of it in December 2020, we've done a lot of work on it, but we want to do a lot more work on it to make sure that it's a beautiful, accessible, friendly place where people can come get to know each other and hopefully get a lot of needs met. So that's our vision for the Watergate Centre. We want to work very much in conjunction with the existing services in town, with the town council, with the GP's practice, with the Beechtree Centre, Bradbury Centre, anyone who's offering services. We want to dovetail in with them. We're not here to reinvent the wheel. We're here very much to find where the gaps are, fill them, and see if we can really provide a joined up service for anyone who has any kind of needs in the town or just wants to access a building to do their own thing. So we want to make this a really beautiful space to serve the town. There are four areas that we put in mind initially that we really want to see up and running to serve the town. First, adults. Secondly, youth. Thirdly, those in need, and fourth, medical. So let's just cover those very briefly. The youth, the whole of the upstairs, 6,000 square metres, we really long to see as a great big youth lounge, have an area where there's a youth cinema, where there's pool tables and table tennis, where there's a recording studio, where there are computers set up to train in computer skills, just so that kids can have somewhere where they can go and form relationships, have fun together, learn together, and just be used in conjunction with North Shropshire Youth Services, just as a really perfect adapted space in the centre of town. Along with general youth, we want to have a toddlers group, probably downstairs in the centre there, and an after schools club. As I said, just somewhere where our youth, who are going to be the future of our town, can really grow together and not be in isolation. We're kind of concerned by the amount of time that children and youth spend by themselves in front of computer screens. The other area is adults who are in some sort of need. So those with social or learning difficulties. We want long to have a coffee bar, not to be in competition with the other coffee shops in town, but actually as a sort of coffee place where you can learn barista skills, serving, working behind the scene in the kitchens, just somewhere where people can go to volunteer, find friendships and relationships, and also skills to get them on the sort of at least that bottom rung of the ladder as to getting a job. As well as that, other adults who might be in need, asylum seekers and refugees, prison rehabilitation, and we've already started working with the town council on a project called Health and Connect for the elderly and others who may need just information advice, to sort of have it as a signposting service. Third area, those in some sort of acute need. There's already an amazing food bank in town run from the Watergate Centre up there at St Altman's that Beacon have been very involved with since the inception. We want to have this area as a kind of food bank plus, where you can get job training, where you can get debt advice, and also where the homeless can go to get their clothes washed. There'll be a laundry there and a shower, get a clothes bank and a furniture bank, but also where we can perhaps link in with the housing services and social services to provide, see if we can get people into jobs and housing. So very much trying to serve those who are really in desperate need in one way or another. The final area would be medical, to work alongside the medical practice there at Churchmere. I've been working at Churchmere Medical Practice, believe it or not, on and off since 2002 as a GP. I retired formally at the beginning of 2020, but very much still linked in with the practice. And so I want to join with their social prescribers. We're hosting Men in Sheds, who are working with Shropshire Mental Health, serving those people with counselling needs. But we want to develop that to have an area where we can counsel a sort of recovery group for drugs and alcohol, where we can have something called Pieced Together, which is a counselling organisation working with ladies in a very creative sense. And so there are all kinds of ideas where we want to work to use this space as a really beautiful and inviting space to help make our town a friendly, warm, thriving area. Now, if you want to give towards this project and this vision, then we would really welcome that. We've raised about £330,000 so far, and we've got another £300,000 that we'd love to raise to make that place into a really fit for purpose space where the town can hire areas to use, but we can see all these services grow and thrive and develop. So if you want to give towards this project, then the details will be appearing on the screen right now. Just as a final thought, I wanted to quote something that Archbishop Desmond Tutu said, that is, it's time that we stop just pulling people out of the river and that we went upstream and found out why they're falling in. So this is very much our ethos, to be proactive, to try and stop people getting into the kind of problems that they can find themselves in by offering those services there at the Watergate Centre. So if you can give to this appeal, it'll be a tremendous investment in our town and in the future. Bless you and thank you so much.